everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So I am coming on to share an altered book project. It is not complete. I was actually going to try to kind of do more of a craft with me and do certain pages each day, kind of in a December daily style, even though I'm not necessarily calling it a December daily, but I have created enough pages where they're kind of can be earmarked for December daily, kind of like in 31 days. So I kind of know the count of where I'm at. But I can't craft that way. So I went ahead and I've been working in it on the decorating, and I'm going to give you, do a kind of a flip through of where I'm at to date, and probably show you a little bit of where I'm going. I have some videos that I am going to link in the description box below. I had started to make a Halloween altered book earlier in the year. Well, I never got to finish it. I got sidetracked with some other Halloween projects, but the process of how I do an altered book is there, and since I wanted I wanted to account for 31 days. So I kind of count my pages and I use the calculator to determine how many pages I'm going to rip out of my book. And then where I have torn pages out, I kind of sandwich them in between two other pages. So I'm sure that probably sounds very confusing, but I will leave the link to my process in the description box below. There are 3 videos and I think a 4th of where I am I think picking out the papers. So those will be in the description box below. And let me go ahead and share with you, I have started my cover. When I saw this paper, I knew that was going to be my cover to this book. This was just a Dollar Tree book. It had about 400 pages or so, I think, in this particular book. So I wanted a chunkier one, but I also don't want the book to be too large. And then your pages, how you are cutting paper on the inside is going to depend, of course, on the size of your book. So this particular book for me, just to give you an idea, is about 8.5 inches by a little more than 5.5. No, a little more than 5.25. Yeah, not quite 5.5. And then my pages that I cut down on the inside are 4 3/4 by, so not quite 5 inches, 4 3/4 by 8 inches is the size that I trimmed my papers to. And then when you're adhering your papers, you do need to glue them as close to the end of this side as possible, so you've got plenty of room to turn your pages, so you're not impeding where your book is turning to account for this additional paper that you are adding in there. So those are a few tips. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below, but I will take you through that process in the previous videos of exactly how I did it. I'm basically using the method that Crafty Irina uses, and I know in those videos I have other links to inspiration videos on altered books, and then of course there are many tutorials you can find on YouTube as well if you just put in altered book tutorials. So I'm basically just going to do a project share to date. I have also done a video that I will share, the next video, I'll put it up tomorrow actually, the video of how I've done the cover so far. I will be going back and decorating more of this. I know I'm going to be adding some trims. I'm going to be covering the spine. I'm thinking of adding maybe a Santa, one of these guys. on the front. So, but I'll probably be doing those last, and I think I'm going to attempt to do a hitch post closure. So I've never done one of those before, and that's going to need some thought. So let's go ahead and show you where I'm at so far. So here, when you open up the cover, let me make sure I'm in frame here. So when you open up the cover, I know there's a lot of discussion. Do you want to put like your little pocket in the front or the back? I think most folks do it in the back. I like it in the front. So I did go ahead and choose papers in a lot of different styles and colors. There's a lot of pink going on because I do love pink Christmas, but I do have a lot of different styles going on. But here, this is kind of more of a vintage looking little library pocket that I made. This is a manila. I think I got these, well, no, I did get this package at Tuesday morning, and I don't know that you can tell, but I did add a little bit of white ink. I have a white ink pad, and I just ran it down the sides of the pocket and the library card just to knock back that manila look just a little bit, give it a little more interest. Here I've just used like this faux stamp. I got that at Tuesday morning a long time ago. This great little ticket stamp. I've added a little wreath charm, and then here this was from my stash. Added a little glitter paper and just stamped some snowflakes. So I like how the little wreath just hangs. And of course, eyelash trim. Here, this paper, oh, this was a great paper. It's called Christmas Bells. I got it from scrapbook.com. And excuse me, I just added this piece of ephemera. It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. It's the only thing I added to this. Oh, I will tell you, each of these pages, I decided not to distress the pages of the book, but I am using this silver Deco Color paint pen, and I'm just edging the edges of the pages with the silver. That's really all I'm doing, just to give it a little definition. So here I've added that a little ephemera, and I made a pocket in the top. I do find that I use a lot of greeting cards. Pardon me. Excuse me. I do find that I use a lot of greeting cards as ephemera because I like to thrift a lot, and you know, I'm always picking up something somewhere. So this was a sweet little card with the little mouse, Merry Christmas. I actually just trimmed it down to where the glitter was. I did back it with some papers, and of course have some ribbons and eyelash trim, and that fits right down into the little pocket. I love that little mouse. And then moving on, loving the pink Christmas. I love this page right here, actually, and I did not want to cover it up. So this is a clear sticker from Hobby Lobby. May your days be merry and bright. And I really love how it lets this paper shine. This here, I'm loving this plaid. This is a piece of ephemera. I think I got this from Peachy Cheap a long time ago. Just added some trim and a little word sticker here that says beautiful and bright. And I like this pop of gold, so I'm going to come back and make a tag most likely out of that. The next page here, again, everything is edged with that silver paint pen. This was a little vintage greeting card that says, I stamped actually Peace on Earth, and I added the lace. I cut the back of the card off, and for now I've just got it as a little tip in, I guess. Don't really have an idea yet. This might change, but I like the idea of being able to put something back here. And I love these little vintage angels. So sweet. I really love this paper as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything to it, but for now I've just added some trim. And then here is another card. I think I got this at Tuesday morning a while back. I've added some red sequins here. This here again is that Christmas Bells paper. There's a little deer and kind of a little collage effect. This is a tag that I had started back at Christmas in July, so I'll need to finish that. Love this red ornament paper. I just added a journaling card to there. Added some ribbon on a gold paper clip. This here, I've just added a journaling card. I love the glitter in this paper. I don't know if this will stay, but this is a little pre-made tag that I found in my stash. Added her in there. Again, this is another greeting card that I found at a thrift store. It actually, the card, the way it was folded, it had this image on the front and the back, and of course it was in this shape. Well, the inside of the card has this maroon on it, so I just offset the two pieces of it and glued it down, so the inside of the card is that deep red color that is showing through. And then I just glued it down to my page, cut off the edge, smeared my paint pen a little bit, and just added a Merry Christmas sticker here. And I love this image. For me, that is the reason for the season. And then some little pink pom-poms here on this next page. Not sure what I'm going to do here. I was actually liking the look of Santa on this page as well, but I feel like an image competes with the deer that I have over here, so maybe I'll find something larger with Santa. I'm not quite sure, but for now I will come back to that. I really love the vintage look of these ornaments. This is a card that I got at Michael's, and found some coordinating deer paper in my stash, so I left this so when you open it up that there's a little tuck spot here. There's a little tuck spot right here, and this is kind of big. I also left it so it would be a pocket on the top as well. I just used some stickers on the inside. This is a scrap that I used my little doily punch on, and I really like how that coordinates. And then moving on. Okay, that's as far as I'm up to. So this here is really page 10, and I will tell you, when I did start my book, I kind of left this, I did not count these, like this was kind of the title page setting the tone. This one here, I just made a pocket. This one here is technically day 1 or page 1. And so this one would be 10. I think today is the 9th. So I was trying to like film a couple of days and just complete a couple of pages, but I'm just not able to craft that way. So moving on, I think what I'm going to do is probably add the picture of this church, and I really do love a lot of pockets. I like to tuck things in, so I'm probably going to adhere, and this is again cut off of a greeting card. Oh my goodness, there was a little image on the back. Anyways, I'm probably going to make a little tuck spot out of here, and I believe I'm going to print from some verses from Luke 2 and probably adhere here as well. So I have a lot of ideas on most of these pages going forward, not all of them, but I'll show you where I'm headed. Also, on this first page, this is also where I've got this top pocket. I haven't created any other pockets, and since this one here, this one's 11, I've got enough for 31 pages or days, so it can be used for a December daily if I wanted. So I think at this point I'm going to make this a top pocket as well. So that's my thought for this one. Moving on, these are the papers that I trimmed out for this. This is another old greeting card. Reindeer games, anyone? This one cracks me up. So that is going to be over here, and I believe this is very busy, and I think what I'm going to do is do a top pocket here, so maybe like a diagonal pocket where I can tuck things up into it. Moving, and these things could definitely change. These are the papers for this next area. This here is a piece of ephemera that says Hillside Community Ice Skating. This is a little journaling card I've got of an ice skater here. And again, another greeting card, another Goodwill find, and I've been collecting these things for years. I thought this image looked great on the black and white, but I really liked it here with all the colors and the background. So I'm going to do something with that there. Moving on to pages 16 and 17. Not quite sure what I'm going to do here. I love the sweet little vintage image, so possibly something old world over here as well. I definitely have different colors and styles going on. All right, this page here. This card I did get at Michael's this year as well. I love this shiny Santa. I think I'm going to do something with him here. I probably will put a background behind him, maybe something with some scallops and then attach him to the front of that. And this here card I actually got not too long ago. If you guys follow Recreations by Brooke, she's been doing basically an altered book. She calls it the creepy baby theme. And these might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it kind of reminded me of that, and I think I'm going to make a pocket on this page using this card. And then moving on, pages 20, 21. This, again, another old greeting card. Thanks, I'm thrilled. You know, when you get a good gift and you're so excited. So I think I'm going to do something with that here. And then moving on. Okay, this one here is page 22. I love this paper here, Santa and the Reindeer. I found in an old book, the story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It's an old book, so it says a visit from St. Nicholas. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the title on here or not. I'm sure, have a stamp that says 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but I might just leave it that way. Maybe add something to the bottom. And then the rest of the story carries over to page 24. So I've got this plaid background, and then this is the rest of the story. And there was a little picture here. I may add some washi or something to cover that up, but I like having the whole story, and of course the author Clement Clark Moore. I love having the whole story right here. And then of course I've got Santa. I think I'm going to do the numbers 2, 5 up here, maybe die cut out of some red foil. And then I'm not sure what this is going to be. So that would be pages 26 and 27. Here is 28 and 29. Not sure about this either. Ooh, this says Christmas tree. Maybe I want a large Christmas tree or something there. That's a good idea. I'm liking that. I've got some little ornaments and stars over here. I need to make a note of that. Christmas tree. This here, I was attempting to make a pocket. I saw Gail Agostinelli do this where it would be the 3, but I think I am going to actually go ahead and hear these down, because once I did it, I was like, oh, it's different from what I normally do, which is fine, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I think that's going to go away. I could change my mind. Then we're up to pages 30 and 31. Not sure about these. Yeah, the back of the book I need to figure out, but I will. And then these 2 pages, I think I'm going to do something like a bag or an envelope here. I have a couple here near me, I think. Yeah, I might have to choose some papers to put in the back. Actually, I don't mind that at all. I might do a background paper, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I've got this, and I believe I also have this gingerbread bag, which that one fills up the whole thing, but then is it too big to put anything in, you know what I'm saying? So I actually have not created anything with a gingerbread style. However, I am really liking that. We may have just figured this out. So maybe this actually doesn't have to be a bag. Ooh, maybe I make it a tuck spot from the side. We shall see. And I can die cut a little gingerbread man. We have taken care of the gingerbread problem. And then this here would be the back cover. And we, of course, are ending with Santa. So that is the altered book, where we're at so far and where we are going. So yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and until next time.